You may now select your
straight W's to take this final and go all the way to Los Angeles.
And go undefeated through a minor, heading into a major.
Have we seen this story before? Yeah. You know, Fade would be feeling himself like, guys, trust me, I know how this goes. I did this last year. We just go win the major now, easy peasy.
No, is that what happens?
Yeah.
All right, sure.
Hey, we'll see. 2 for 2 rune exchange, as we often do witness. I'm curious to see how this mid matchup will go. I was talking with Go Black in the game earlier today. A DK absolutely obliterated a Storm. He doesn't think that should happen. I tend to agree.
Why shouldn't it happen?
Because of this item built on the Storm. You go for a fast bottle and you abuse DK's lack of wave clear. Just spam the wave. Push in hard. Get the bottle up before 2 minutes and control runes. Otherwise, if you try and just like straight up outlast it, as you can see with the Flame Breath, Storm goes to just a 61 minus 46 damage, and DK's gotten 61. You're never going to get a deny, and he'll often out hit you. But you do this, already level 2, spam the wave. No mangoes though, so he's got to get the bottle up ASAP.
Well, watch the money, see how fast he does get it.
Yeah.
Top lane, we get to have our dual lane matchup. Deucer to be forever protected by the Oracle, while Fade Rubik. Man, I love watching this guy in Rubik too, working with XSS as the Omni Knight. And that kind of leaves your last lane, the other dual lane, that disruptor of Hanscom that you love to watch play. Working with 33 against Sccc. He's just really trying to harass everybody out of this lane. No bubble build like he did in the middle. It was his Arc Warden versus Void Spirit that absolutely trashed the mid.
Yeah, that one was rough. I like that they put the Storm there. You don't want to side lane a Storm is the thing. A Razor, perhaps.
Oh my god, they're really just trying to beat the crap out of Fada underneath the tower. You got Purification available too, so this dive is a lot more possible. Fada tries to create a little bit more space. XSS will fall to Nico Baby. So First Blood gets the way of XSS, but is it worth it when you get a little bit more into the Deucer after?
I think you're fine just because it's First Blood. Otherwise, I would tend to agree with you. They're also applying some pressure to the Deucer. Only 4 CS for Nico Baby. It's 2 minutes into the game. I'd say this lane's going just fine. And this is exactly what I mean when I say Storm gets the bottle up, bottles the Arcane Rune now, 6 CS ahead of the DK. And it's one of those really cool matchups that you need to understand to win it. Because if you just try and outlast it, DK, and go for a standard null first style, like you will just lose the lane. And I like that Chuan obviously has probably played enough Dota to understand. I made this same mistake. Like, if you play as SCEP versus TA is another example. Sometimes you'd see people who wouldn't go nuke first. So you have players like Smells like, oh yeah, it's an even matchup. And other players like, oh god, how do I, they TA'd me. Geez, can I jungle? Anyone want to go mid? And it's just a matter of how you play the style. Bottom, as you said, Vendar Warden, more even lane. Slight lead for 3-3. To be expected, I suppose, but I think Venge is way more of one of those late game supports. I also like you just skip the stun, he's just going Wave of Terror, Vengeance to help his core last hit.
Yeah. That's really all Baboka needs to do, is just enable Sccc. Yep. The top lane is just going to add some more pressure. That's all Asta needs to do with it, and Fade's able to do that. Harder for Oracle to ever really move off the lane and do anything. But at least they have their stack. Asta wasn't able to block it this time around, so the lane equilibrium of the top lane is able to be messed with. But I don't know if they want to do it now. They're pulling, and once again, XSS as well as Fade, they're going to start diving underneath the tower. Nico Baby trying to clean up the creep wave. There's no split shots. He went 2 points up in the snake and 1 point in the shield.
I love what they're doing though. They're just being annoying. Like you just can't CS. They're not like look at Fade just spamming out Fade Bolt. He's so hard to last under the tower. He's only got 55 damage.
And then you didn't even
45 damage.
What, they missed one? No, they didn't even miss a creep. The entire creep wave. I know they missed one. They missed one creep. And then Fade's gonna block the camp so it can't be pulled again.
Limp, he's trying to race to the rune.
Sccc got pulled back in. Hanscom actually having to battle against Sccc and does not win. And even the Courier as well. Sccc will take everything from you. That's 33's Courier. Another Spark Wraith to be planted down, but Boca does not have a stun available. Sccc, however, with the slow, the hit, the Sal gave it a little bit more life, but not enough. 33 able to get on top of that Arc Warden. While up on top, you knew it was going to keep on going. The Deucer brought down
See, and the thing about this is the Dusa, I feel like a big part of why Alliance like it so much is because of like the win condition, right? You can just straight up go win a game if you get ahead. You get like the Manta, the BKB, and Aegis, a Rapier, boom, GG. However, if you slow it down, it's a completely different story because this timing doesn't really exist for you anymore, and you might have to go for more defensive items, perhaps a Hurricane Pike earlier on. And later on, the Storm Arc Warden represents so much map control that it's going to get harder and harder for Nico to play this jungle. That's part of the reason they pick up the Storm here. It's just you're going to hunt them all game. You got a protective Omni Knight as well to both provide a cleanse, and of course you pop the Stone Gaze, well, you just get GA'd, and no one really cares about this damage anymore. Bottom lane.
Yep, they're going up to 33, Baboka and Sccc. Just trying to work together because they knew he was going to be left alone. Disruptor went off for the bounty runes. So now Hanskin will arrive and Vengeful Spirit try and get him away. Oh, the stun will hold him there for the Spark Raid, so Sccc can get the kill. Small play that also happened just before that was the fact that Limp was able to grab the rune from Storm Spirit, so he actually took the 5-minute bounty room. Yep. Hanskin, he'll live through this. So it actually stopped Tron from just getting the easy bottle charges. Small thing, and then just TP'd back to the tier 1 tower. Try to miss out on as little as possible. Yep, he's doing a really good job, and his team's not helping him. I would love a support to grab some of these runes for Limp. But they can't move off. They can't move
exactly.
over.
There's so much pressure coming out that you're effectively leaving him on an island. So yeah, the DK is the counterpick to Storm, but if you're not able to stop him from getting runes, you just end up trading. However, this is where it gets a little interesting. He's level 6 now on the DK. Could potentially threaten the tower. You don't really ever have the luxury of rotating woods as a Storm against this DK because you end up just losing your tower. Cannot allow that to happen.
FaZe babysitting the rune. That's a nice one.
Oh yeah.
And a couple of bottle charges for Rubik. Bring him up.
It's like that's the tax.
And that's a level 6 Storm. Ready to try and fight.
Yep, catapult wave, you want to make sure you deal with this ASAP before Limp has a chance to get it on tower.
He was able to do so. Hanskin, I don't know what they're waiting for.
And look how even the CS is lane to lane. 2 ties, only a 2 CS disparity now between the cores and all lanes.
So the number 2 net worth, they belong to Asta. So CS or not, well, the attack happens once again. Baboka actually pinned up against a tree, but now he'll come out, sunning on Disruptor. Sccc focusing on to Hanskin, looking for that easier kill, which is the support, and 33 they got body block you. Hanskin has to walk to the west and away from that Spark Raid while the mid Limp.
Whoa.
I'm surprised he was that close. Baboka finally will fall. Down on bottom lane, he battled against 33, but Sccc will not be giving up on this. Both Hanskin as well as 33 are just so low, and the Spirit is attacking through, so Baboka, inside of death, is still able to get this one. One more attack will do it. What have you got? Look at that. His timing even waited it out. 33 will go down, and Storm jumping once again, catching Nico Baby while he's trying to farm up the second. Now he's going to steal the remainder of this stack. Things have gone from bad to worse to horrific for Alliance in just the span of a minute.
They're just kind of not found out necessarily, but again, you know, you played this game already. Aster crushed it, and they're just trying to run it back and hoping something else changes. But, you know, with Nico Baby feeling this much pressure, I don't see the game getting any easier for him. That ward down now, and it's going to scout him out in the woods. Arc Warden free farming.
He's going to pull lightning. He needs to reach it. And that's a regeneration rune.
Perfect.
Just to make life easier for the Storm.
And off to the jungle. Fade says, thank you very much. I'll take mid. I'll grab my level 6. And when your DK has only put 140 damage onto mid tower in that first catapult, you're in trouble. This is another reason you love the Venge pick, right? Just because of the Arc Warden, but you're never actually dead. And yeah, as we can see,
that's the big one.
Hunting him in the jungle is super simple with that DD. And, oh yeah, he's feeling himself, man. I love this team. Aster they're just having fun with it. You can tell they're not stressed out. They're just here to play some dotes, man.
When you play this good, yeah, you can reduce that stress level. But I just can't believe, like, also what's happening on the top lane. Like, Nico's like, all right, okay, I need to go jungle. I'm farming underneath the Radiant Observer Ward. Not going to help him that much either. But XSS has been given the top lane totally free. You asked the Alliance supports if they could rotate towards mid and create a difference. Now, like Astra's like, well, we can rotate our supports. And XSS is totally fine on top lane.
He's the top net worth, like, or he was for a second.
Pretty much.
Like, that's kind of crazy when you consider how good the Arc Warden and Storm's games are. And, dude,
Sure, an arcane ring as well.
Oh my god, so OP! The double trusty shovel! What? Your clone gets to use it too.
Oh boy. In comes the arena. The battle is on for SCC. Fade will arrive, reducing all that damage to the Fade. Even steals the spear, pushing Limp further away. This is your Dragonfall. This is when you're meant to actually win the Game of Thrones.
And a big part of that, look at the HP pool on Sccc. When strength threaded, he's at over 1,500 health thanks to all those Wraith Bands, and his team's immediately able to respond. Another thing, again, still missing from the Alliance draft, just like the first game, where's the burst damage? They've got lockdown, but they don't deal damage thanks to their level, like to their abilities. There's no spell-based DPS, and Aster have that in spades. You just throw out nukes on every hero and somebody's going to go down. Easy turnaround.
4 bounty runes go their way. The double damage rune from bottom river rune for Chuan. The graph is definitely making a vertical climb. And it's not even properly updated yet. That thing's never in real time. Fresh aggression to the mid lane. They want to fight. Fade moves in towards the towers. Nico Baby is underneath the Radiant Observer wards. They know they're fine. And with no Dragon Form, Alliance just have no bite. And this Deucer, 2 Wraith Bands, treads and a wand. Yeah, that doesn't feel strong. And they pick her up, ready to throw her back down again with the spear. Fade's waiting for his perfect timing. The wall, Hanskin, he's still at level 6. They still don't have the Storm available for this one. So Purification, okay, yeah, you can steal that, but you've still got the fight. Chuan, at least doesn't have the DD rune up. But DK, down for the count. Baboka, he doesn't care if he dies, as long as he can keep that spirit alive. The tier 1 tower has fallen.
If you want to know how telling this game is, man, Admiral Bulldog is playing Dota Underlords instead of watching Alliance play. That's how little faith he's got in his boys. And if your mega fan is already tuned out, you got a question.
If he had less faith, he'd be playing Artifact.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is all Aster, and the problem with this Deuce lineup is that you don't really have the ability to change something. I mean, maybe you kill
33. This is something he can try and do. A solo fight against the Rubik, push him up against the wall. This is how they can get a kill. Fada's there, and Alliance find their opportunity. XSS, the one person to come in, but now Hanskin, maybe we go again. Not a lot of trees to pin him over to. And also, that's an Omni Knight.
A very tanky Omni Knight with Hood and a Buckler and almost 2,000 HP. And
real issues with this land clearance down on bottom lane.
Man,
the arena comes at a heavy cost.
I'm still mind blown by the double shovel on Sccc's Arc Warden.
Oh, really?
It's so good. Think of the bounty runes. They haven't had one yet, but if they do.
No, I've seen him get salves, and I think I got a Cobalt, and that's basically it.
And so far, so good for Aster. You've got the Kaya now up on Storm. He's just going to keep farming away. Looks like Bloodstone will be his item of choice. And this is the tale of the tape. There's really so much to talk about when it comes to Aster, because they're doing all these little things right. But another example of, again, why they just keep winning games. Their mid tower is always alive, and the enemies is always dead. And this is, again, they're not the team with the DK, right? You'd expect Alliance to be the ones that are applying early tower pressure, but after the laning dominance, Aster, this is what Winner was talking about. He likes the happy lanes. Aster is certainly happy with theirs, as all 3 are top net worth.
I think Alliance might be a little bit pissed if they knew just how close that, or how not close that Sentry Ward is to the Obs. Radiant still have such great vision inside their jungle, no matter what Alliance are doing. Aster, they see it coming.
Yeah, this is a clinic, and I think that a lot of times the minor meta certainly influences what happens at the major. And I think what Aster is doing, I don't know, it's not really, it's not like super special, it's not super unique necessarily. It does just all make sense. And you talk to like Kuro and Noto about drafting, we'll discuss, a lot of it good drafts are like art, right? And this is kind of beautiful the way this all flows together, especially when you consider the way they've addressed the win conditions of Alliance.
So what's the lesson then that the major teams will try and take from this? Like, obviously we've seen a meta sort of establishing, but what's the secret sauce?
There really isn't anything. They're just playing solid. It's just good, solid Dota 2. It makes it much more fun to do my job, because you get to learn as you watch.
Haste is up, and 33 is down. He was waiting for the 14-minute rune to spawn. It's going to be an Arcane, and 33. And he gets to attack Fate one time. That's all he really got to do during that moment. And the haste is still going. More bottle charges up and running. And DK looks, is he going to pop the Dragon Form just to push the tier 1 tower on top?
He's got
Yeah, that's
to. He's gotta
exactly
get
what he's
something
going to do. They need to get something, but Arc Warden's already TPing in. He'll bubble that tower, and Limp instantly has to back up. This is not what he wants to do.
Aster, they're just so good at this. They get the kill, right? And immediately, it's the same maneuver. They smoke, so they're going to go out, plant some vision, they kill the enemy core, and then suddenly they're all together, and now they're split. Top's being defended. They're making a move for bottom tower. Everything happening at once.
Fades underneath an observer ward. Hanskin has to glimpse him back in, puts the wall and the storm down. They're committing all of this to kill off a Rubik. Omni-Knight's going to get the GA and then the swap back out again. So everything you've committed, it's gone. There's nothing left in the tank. Hanskin will fall. Try and move himself over to 33, even dodging the Spear of Mastering it. And the False Promise is committed already as well to protect Mars. So 33 will survive in the tower. But like all fights that Aster seemed to take, Sccc, he wasn't there. He doesn't need to be there. They're so efficient across the map.
You can see it in the way they're making moves, right? Oh, Oracle? Okay, well, back off. They get one kill. Everybody useful. And as you said, more space for Sccc. And I see you putting your fingers up once again. 4 bounty runes going the way of Aster. 10,000, the gold lead. Nico Baby has got a Yasha.
It's the 4 runes at 10. It's the 4 runes at 15. And it's the never-ending control of this map.
I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of flack discussion in the community. How come Europe only gets 1 minor spot? I think we might need to start making the same argument about teams from China, dude. They actually come here and win. And
we can leave that for later. Come on, this is still a minor.
Sure.
We don't have to learn lessons from this.
It is BO5, to be fair.
4.1k to the 1150.
Yeah. We're going to need to see some experimentation from Alliance. They're going to have to tweak something because so far they've tried 2 different drafts they'd already revealed throughout the tournament, and Aster certainly prepared. Game not over, of course.
Yeah.
Not to anything could happen.
I've seen a grand final recently where you can lose the first 2 and come back and actually win the whole thing.
Hey, we were calling that one over even more so than I'm sure some of the fans are here. Like, it looked like Secret was just going to run over Enigma, and then all of a sudden, Crow and the boys bring it back with 3 straight. You never know what could happen. Top lane, though, already being pressed in by Sccc. Love the positioning once again. Like, Storm Rubik are hunting this mid wave, while at the same time, you've got the Venge protecting the Arc Warden, covering each other while always looking offensively. And again, they're making these moves. Look at the warding. It's always like it's prepared, especially for them. I imagine that's because that's Baboka's plan all along.
And you just see so much. Yeah, down to the south. Tier 1 tower has at least been taken by Dire. They missed the last hit in the tower, but that's fine. Oh, they found their target. 33. This feels like he cannot catch a break. He went for a Blink Dagger on this Mars, probably hoping that he could be that aggressive jumper that's able to be backed up by Hanskin, but I don't know, how hard is it to get that initiation when you just go up against Vengeful Spirit?
Nico?
Like, swap in onto Nico, baby. He's triggering the Stone Gaze. It's like, I'm under attack. Oh, look at the... Yep, okay. Start dropping the GG trees in the middle of this fight. Medusa is totally out of mana, totally out of life, and you're still going. Baboka is staying on top of Fada. He couldn't even allow him to put the False Promise out.
He zipped the DK stun to help land that kill. Like, everything going Aster's way, and they're playing this like a machine. After that one mistake in the previous game, they haven't made another.
Yeah, they're definitely, you see, like, as you see, like, he Mjolnir affects the one creep and then he denies it straight after. It's like, do I even need this to push away? Nah.
And you got the Pupil's Gift already, one of the best items on Arc Warden. More strength and mana for your clone to spam with. And you've already cleared out now 4 towers from the top side of the map. What's next for Aster? Well, probably just go do the same bottom. They've got a ward up, a really cute ward actually. This is very rarely going to get sentryed out. That'll protect, see this top left area of the jungle. Sees both ramps actually. Surprised we don't see this one more often. Maybe we do and I just haven't noticed. Who knows?
Well, Radiant scan out. Doesn't catch Alliance just yet. The Radiant scan's looking behind the tier 1 tower, but there is a smoke move from Alliance heading south. If they put an observe ward down the hill, okay, they just got rid of the Radiant obs. Yep. The double ramp's here, but it doesn't matter because that Sccc, he just sits in bubble and takes tower. Yep. Like there's no pressure here, and he just completed up the Dragonlance too.
Yep, and he's got a Venge and an Omni-Knight behind him. So really, Alliance once again feels like they need to capitalize on enemy errors. You need to find a kill immediately and then be able to chase for more, pick up bonuses with the glimpse factor coming out from Hanskin. it's a lot easier said than done. And I feel like I want them to make sure like the focus here is not on Alliance playing poorly necessarily. This is just Aster being really good, and Alliance just. Maybe the draft is more of the issue because once again it feels like they've sort of hamstrung themselves. We look at this game and how do you take this fight? You don't want to give up Aegis, but what's the play? Look at the positioning Aster has. They're going to have a vision control and like look, Omni Knight on the right side, Fade on the left, Venge below. You guys finish off this Aegis.
Rubik's a little further back for a blink reveal if they do want to try and fight it. Yeah, it's just good positioning. It's good play. It always feels like Aster have that sacrificial lamb ready to go to, like Baboka. Like, okay, well, if you're going to ulti in with Mars, Disruptor ulti, swap. Hey, nothing stops this.
Yes.
And what do you get in return? Like, what's the critical items you get? I'm seeing Blink Daggers for Alliance, so they have the items to get a jump, but Aster are always together. And so I beg the question, like, is this when you start to want to finish up the Suns beforehand? But you still need to have that jump. You can't just sit there and say, I'm going to wait for Aster, because Aster will wait you out.
Yep. And Aster is, they're just booming along. Yeah.
Outpost 100%
wow.
to the Radiant.
Decent. That's a lot of experience advantage.
We've got a smoke move down to the south.
They've got blinks, as you said. They have initiation. Do they have the
Storm Spirit
damage?
jumps in. Limp gets the first on up. 33 trying to go after him too. They push it further down, and the wall it comes in, working with Disrupt the Storm, but is he totally in just yet? No, XSS arrives, gives the purification up. Now Hanskin will be sold up by Fade on the side. He can just Fade Warden down now. Blinks forward. Well, is he going to get him while down in the trees? Limp focused by Baboka and Chwam. XSS will come over to help him out. And Fade actually did finish up Hanskin by himself too, so...
You can see the issue, right? You have initiation, you got the blinks. Where's the damage? Storm pops Bloodstone inside the arena, buys plenty of time. XXS comes over casually. I thought you needed help. You're still half HP, but here you go, buddy. Live through the entire arena, the entire Disruptor ult, and then they just find kills. You don't have damage any longer on Alliance. Aster have far too much farm, and even if they had killed him, Storm had an Aegis.
Who do you think you're tipping, Limp? Who do you think you're tipping? And it feels like one more fight like that, and we're going to a game 3 already. Aster are more in the driving seat than ever before. 22 minutes in, 18,000 gold advantage, 14,000 experience advantage. All the key items are there for them. They're just looking for the opportunity to push high ground now.
And how terrifying is it that Vici Gaming is not in this major, yet China's still going to send 4 teams there that are all looking formidable. Oh, sorry, wait, this is BO5, my bad. If they won, if Aster won, the next game too, I get ahead of myself.
Yeah, just chill it out. Orchid hunting from Chuan, chasing Limp into the tree lines. His blink's on cooldown for 8 more seconds. He's trying to cut through with a Quelling Blade. That rammed up. Rubik's pinging. Wait, Rubik was pinging, but that's because they're going bottom lane. They're looking to fight. 4 heroes down here. Storm TP towards the mid to grab the double damage roots. It's like, come on, man. Like, you've got Nagus the Immortal. I think it's time to get over here so we can actually push. Stop hunting DKs in the trees. And Limp has burnt his dragon form. He's trying to clean the wave on top.
He's got the dragon scale. Super effective when picked up by the Dragon Knight.
Do you think it should actually have like hero specifics where it can be like doubly effective?
So you
want the correct elemental.
Hey, it worked for Pokemon.
Yeah, it's super effective.
DD Orchid up on Storm, and they're just gonna start pushing this base.
All right, Lions are gonna wrap around. They are trying to get in behind Aster and just surprise them.
The guards spread out.
Yeah, Baboka. Hey,
Star formation.
Come and kill me if you want me. Can he actually jump up? It's a good arena, but the GA is already out as well. The first one to die, or was almost. Yeah, it is. In fact, it's the Oracle. The Storm is down. 33 is trapped in. NCC's just doing this from range. Biomax are coming thick and fast from Alliance. I think you're out of your winnings from TI3. Chuan pulling back Oracle. And that's a dieback for Fada. And this really does feel like the game. GG, well played from Alliance. Aster have dominated game 2 in 24 minutes to now be 1 game away. If they can find the victory, not getting ahead of ourselves to get to the major, but my God, does Alliance need to turn around, get some merger, get some happy juice, and come back a different team for game 3.
To me, this is strategical, just masterclass.
Yep, no, Access has arrived, gives the purification up. Now Hanskin will be sold up by Fade on the side. He can just Fade Warden down now. Blinks forward. Once you're going to get him while down in the trees. Limp, focused by Baboka and Schwam. XSS will come over to help him out. And Fade actually did finish up Hanskin by himself too. So
you can see the issue, Red.